Thanks, Jay. Hey guys, this isn't the Black Hour, but it's my new podcast with a way better co-host.
John Merrill.
You're not John Merrill. This is Jay Williams with me.
Pizza.
Hey, Pete. That's a pretty good John Merrill impression. We are allegedly going to call this podcast Imaginary Friends, but I have no idea if that's going to be the case.
If you have a better idea for a name, please email us.
This will be the focus of the first episode is begging for people to give us a better first name. I'm gonna just drink real quick.
We're not creative. We're drinking heavily.
I'm not drinking heavily. I'm just having one glass. So, I did the highly successful, highly touted Black Hour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe public, like national success.
Yeah, I got. I was nominated for a few podcasty awards.
The potties.
The potties. God damn it. Yeah. So anyway, this is gonna be a kind of new format. The thing I disliked about the Black Hour was that we would just kind of riff with no plan, and it would have to last an hour because I stupidly put that in the name. So now for this one, we're not putting a time in the name, and we're not going to put
the Black 15 minutes is what we're going to be calling it.
If I had $1 every time, 15 whole minutes, no way. No, the idea for this show is what I came up with, and what I just ran by Jay 30 seconds ago before we started was that we're going to post an email that's going to go along with this show, and if anyone of our listeners,
all three of you,
John and Sean, if any one of our listeners want to send in an email with a suggestion of like a book, a movie, a TV show, something to watch or discuss for the next episode, we'll definitely do that. In the future, we're going to try and figure out a way to hook up getting phone calls in so we can have our dumb friends, John and Sean, call in and talk to us and make dumb jokes. And yeah, that's about the main spiel. So now we got... I wanted this... We covered everything I wanted to talk about in 2 minutes and 14 seconds, so now we just get to riff.
Yeah.
Jay, you started level 2 at I.O. today.
I did. I took a class with Susan Messing.
Who's Susan Messing for people that don't know improv as well as us?
She's a big name. There's not a lot of big names in improv, but like she's one of them. But she's... I was telling Kevin, like... She's a mix between Denise Gabriel and J.K. Simmons from Whiplash. Like, she's super inspirational, but at the same time, terrifying, because she yells and cusses a lot. Like, more cussing than I've ever heard in my life. There's a cat by my foot.
Jay has a cat crawling over his foot right now. For the hopefully 2 Wilmington friends that have no idea who anything we're talking about, get over it. I'm not going to talk about sports as much on this one, so you're just going to have to deal with that and just be a good friend.
We can talk about sports.
Listen along.
Have you seen Space Jam?
No, I've never seen Space Jam.
Okay, we know.
In 20 seconds or less, describe to me this plot of Space Jam.
Michael Jordan is in a
15.
rut in his life, and so he meets the cartoon characters, and they
10.
play basketball, and he gets out of his rut.
5. You have 3 more seconds to fill with whatever.
There's
you want.
also
0.
Damn it.
You what? All right, I want to keep going. You have 10 more seconds.
There's aliens, and
5.
that guy from Jurassic Park is there because humor.
0.
There you go.
Newman from Seinfeld.
I
liked where you're going. I saw where you're going with that. That wasn't bad.
Yeah. So, how's your life in Chicago?
Pretty good.
This is a new era for us. We're living in Chicago now.
It's cold, man. It's cold. Well, you went back to North Carolina over winter. I was going to call it winter break like we were still at college.
I know.
That was the... I went back to North Carolina, and when I got off the plane, I was still wearing my long johns and 2 jackets into 60-degree weather.
That's the biggest thing. Like, whenever it's like, oh, I bet you don't miss the cold. It's like, ha, 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 ha. I hate terrible... Like that, I hate those terrible icebreakers of
like the I haven't seen you in a few months, so let's comment on the most obvious thing.
Yeah, it was like, oh, I bet you missed the weather. Well, I'm sure glad you brought the weather with you, because when we came back it was warm. It's like, oh, it's good you brought the weather back with you.
That's something I've noticed. Well, you work at that frozen yogurt place, right?
Yeah.
And do you work at like right at the front?
I do.
The thing
Froyo Chicago, North Southport.
Our first fake sponsor.
Yeah. Not really.
I said fake sponsor.
Okay.
Yeah, don't worry. They'll never hear this, right?
Yeah. I'll send them emails.
Well, please. The thing I've noticed about Chicago is that when people enter a business, They don't say hello. They comment on whatever the weather's like.
Okay.
Whenever someone walks in, they don't say hello anymore. They just say it's freezing outside.
That's fair. Like I say hello because I'm I'm not social at all, and like I'm like breaking my back trying to be social with people, and my boss is like, Jay, you gotta be more social, and it's like, ugh. But like, it's the boss is like super social. And he's like, hey, it's cold out there, isn't it?
Is that the one that didn't hire me?
Is he
Not to
was
make
the
things
black
weird.
was the no? It was the guy with the beard and long hair, and it's like, to me, it's just like I know you don't want to talk. You just want to get your food. Hey, come get your food. I'll be like, hey, get your yogurt. Get out. But like, I don't like. But like the boss is like, hey, what'd you get? How's your day? What's your life like? Tell me your life ambitions.
Is he at like the point of owning or running the business that this is
I think they're
what it is for him?
I think like they're co-partners in the owning the
Oh,
business.
okay.
So I have two bosses.
Is that kind of sad?
Having two bosses?
No. If
I-
your life is a froyo place.
I'm I I'm like thousands of dollars in debt. I'm working at a froyo place where my manager is like a high schooler, and I'm taking improv classes. So is it much more sadder than the life I live?
All right, fair enough. All right. Well, you made me sad. I'm working at a gym now.
What gym are you working at?
Title Boxing Club, ladies. I don't know why I said that.
Yeah, one of our three listeners are gonna sleep with you now. Do we have any female listeners?
I think
Any female listeners, call in now.
I think Elora said she'd listen.
Okay,
And
that's one.
is the cat a girl?
Yeah, it is. We have a cat in the room, and her name is Peebs.
P. All right. Well, we have two female listeners.
Okay. She's not. The cat's not even paying attention to us, but okay.
She's coming over.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Yeah. See, we're only 7 minutes and 10 seconds in.
Ah, that flew by.
This is. Well, this was my biggest problem with the Black Hour was that
No. I like it though. I mean, I like the riffing though, but like, I like riffing, but I also like structure. So.
Yeah, that's why I want to do the whole. I'll reiterate, like we're gonna post an email that we set up with this.
Yeah, but like,
and have people send in shit that we can just shoot the shit on.
shoot the shit, but also stay in a structure.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
we want people to send us suggestions of stuff to talk about.
Yeah.
Movies, books, interesting stuff. Because my biggest qualm with the Black Hour was that it was kind of turn it on.
Yeah.
And then just riff, and there would be some awkward pauses and some lulls
True.
and stuff like that.
Can I say my idea, or do we?
Yeah,
can we
no,
just
do
say-
your thing.
No, I had an idea like kind of based off the Chris Gethard show. No one's heard of it, but it's called the Night of Zero Laughs, where it would just be like people who we know would make us laugh, and the idea was we wouldn't laugh, and if someone could call in and make us laugh, then we'd have to take a drink, like a drinking game.
Yeah, speaking of drinking games, Jay felt the need to buy a fifth before we started this.
Buy what?
Buy a fifth?
Fifth of what?
Bacardi?
Oh yeah. Well, I'm
Very-
only funny when I'm drunk.
Very
so
generous. That's not true. Jay's hilarious.
That's not
The reason I wanted him as a co-host is because he's great at improv. He's a great writer.
one of the only people you know in Chicago.
Very humble guy. All right. Maybe the only person in Chicago who would co-host a podcast with me. But the
He's
other,
asked. Like,
What?
just ask random people on the streets.
I have been.
Then you came to me.
I have been.
I'm like your 30th option.
I asked your two roommates.
Yeah.
I asked all my other roommates.
Did you really?
No.
Okay.
No, I should. I
Oh.
should. What if I just started posting ones without you?
That'd be my worst nightmare.
You get kicked
And
out.
a very plausible fear I have.
Oh no, Jay! I would never kick you out. We should have done this with Shelton. We should have. Shelton just left a few hours
I
ago.
know.
We should have just.
Shelton Tripp came into town. For those who don't know him, the
The chances of anyone listening to this not knowing Shelton is so slim.
Okay. yeah
Well,
he's
this
up
is- we are having a harsh UNCG audience. Is going to be what I'm assuming.
I'm
for
trying
a
to reach
while.
out to like international though.
Okay,
so-
go ahead.
Okay.
I'm right behind you.
Uh,
I'm supporting you.
Guten Tag. Usted esti?
I don't know if you're right.
Okay. I thought we did have like a plan like set idea of topics, and one of the set idea of topics was sketches.
Yes, our favorite
Our favorite
sketches.
sketches in life.
We're almost at the 10-minute mark,
Yeah, fuck the rules.
which means yeah, fuck 'em. Yeah, all right. Well then, Jay, if you had to recommend one sketch for someone to like look up online to represent your sense of humor,
Okay.
if you have one that comes.
Do you
to
know
mind.
that thing? Like, I do this a lot. Whereas I love showing people comedy, and like a lot of the times they don't like it, and I get really really offended, and that happens a lot.
You get offended?
Yeah, it's
When I
like
show someone something funny or it's usually not funny generally, but I find it hilarious. I feel this regret and like I
kind of
want
that
to
too.
apologize to them.
Kind of, but like, there's one sketch that I showed to like some freshmen people in my freshman dorm, and like I still stand by with this sketch. It's my funniest sketch I've seen in my life. Have you heard of Britannic?
Yeah, yeah.
It's on the house. It's basically the idea of it was, and it's still today is like one of the smartest sketches I've ever like seen. It's like it's one of those like cooking like we go around and review like restaurants. And
Yeah.
today we're going to Burbank, California to review this.
Oh, I know
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah,
Right,
and like the whole thing is like he's following his ex-girlfriend, and like his ex-girlfriend's like, you can't be within like 5 feet of me, and he's like, no, the restraining order says I can come in within like distance of you if it's part of a job, like this totally real TV show. And it's just so smart, and it plays by a rule of threes. It ends perfectly, and like the friends are like,
don't give the ending. The ending is
I know, but
The
like
big explosion at the end is
it's
funny.
so weird, and like I love everything Britannic does, and it's so weird and so smart, and my those freshmen in college didn't get it, and I still hate them, and
Is
I
it-
know their names, and
like
they're
how-
probably listening.
easy, Jay. The way I describe Britannic is like really smoothly done awkward humor.
Yeah,
It's like
there's
smooth awkward.
It's two guys, and they're both writers on SNL now. And
From their like YouTube channel.
Yeah.
They started posting just funny YouTube videos.
and
now they're on
Joss
SNL.
Whedon saw them and like is like, I
they're
want to put
not-
you guys in a movie.
They're in his Much Ado About Nothing.
Yeah.
Which, if you're like a junior in college, you think that movie's amazing. But if you graduate from college now, we're like pretentious artists now.
I still say like it's good. I mean, like it's like Joss Whedon got really, really drunk, and he was like, you guys want to film a Shakespeare play in my house? That's why it's filmed in black and white, so like he can film in his like daughter's pink room and no one notice. He filmed it in like 4 days.
Do you think when everyone was telling him it was a bad idea, he's like, I made the Avengers.
He made Firefly.
He did make Firefly.
Rest in peace.
Which we're totally gonna bring back. Even though it's been way overdone, I think our first thing we try and do with this podcast is start another Bring Back Firefly petition.
True. Also,
Fuck it.
another thing, like I kind of want to do, like I enjoyed like the games at the end. I know you left the trivia game. And I want to find like some trivia game or some game to do at the end.
For some of you longtime listeners, we used to do this thing. Oh, actually, you already know. Why would I be talking to you? So for anyone who never listened to the Black Hour, which a few episodes are still on iTunes, I think. I had a podcast on iTunes. You know, I'm a successful person. It's fucking stupid. We did this thing at the end of every episode of the Black Hour, which wasn't about race relations, like everyone said it would sound like it was.
Okay.
What?
Nothing. I'm agreeing with you.
What was
yeah.
that face you were making, Jay?
That's my face.
It's not awkward to say people would confuse something called the Black Hour to be about race relations.
Okay. You're describing something that's happening visual, and you're confusing the listeners.
You wanted to do charades or miming.
This is radio.
Okay. Anyway, we used to do this thing at the end of the Black Hour where I don't even remember the name of the trivia game, but it was like movie trivia, and we kept tally of who had the best score. I don't remember who actually had the.
I think it was Sean, and he got. It was
It was
Sean.
Sean.
It
Sean
was
won.
Sean. I'm yelling. It was Sean because he got a stupid easy card, and if Sean, I know you're listening. That was an easy card, and you should know that you're not better than anyone.
And Sean, if you're listening, I miss you, and I hope everything's cool with you
Yeah.
and Lincoln.
Oh yeah, how's the baby?
We're gonna let you and just talk at the computers.
Yeah, Sean.
Sean, what's up, man?
Hey, just put the podcast in front of Lincoln. Hey, Lincoln.
Lincoln, what's up?
I saw you at the wedding. You look cute in that little tuxedo. I saw Lincoln at a wedding. Hey, Lincoln.
What wedding?
Lincoln got married.
Lincoln got married?
Yeah,
He's a little young.
Yeah, these days.
These Higgins. You know
These
what they
Higgins.
do.
The Irish. They're like rabbits. Is that racist?
I don't know. We're discussing new race. The second I stop calling it the Black Hour, we're actually going to start talking about race.
Making it super racist.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Sean, please call me and tell me if this is racist or not.
Only Sean. If anyone else tells us it's racist, we're only going to keep going.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we're going to figure out a new game. Let's not do movie trivia again.
Yeah. I do. Also, another thing I really like.
How about here's a dumb thing, but we pick out trivia for each other.
I was thinking of that the other day, that sounds cool.
Oh, and the quotes. I also want to keep
That's what I was about to say. Like, I liked ending on quotes.
The only two good ideas I had, I may have stolen from other podcasts. But, the quotes and the trivia are definitely going to make a comeback. But we're going to post an email. This is being recorded on the 4th.
We're going to post it on Facebook, or?
Yeah, I'm gonna post it to the website I used to post it on. It'll be a while before it's back up on iTunes, so I'm just going to post the link.
Okay.
Why am I having, like, technical behind-the-scenes conversation right now? I'm going to post it. We're going to figure out what we want our email to be called. We're allegedly called Imaginary Friends right now. I think Courtney Love Did It is a good name for a podcast. I think
a lot of people
I
don't
think that
like
pause was well timed, right?
No.
I think Courtney Love Did It. Pause.
Imaginary friend. Imaginary friend sounds cool. No, because like I was telling Sean and Seth. A lot of people don't know Seth. Seth is one of our like mutual friends that no one's ever met.
I don't know Seth.
And like I was telling Seth, because Seth doesn't know you. I was like, I'm doing a podcast with Kevin, and Seth was like, who's Kevin? And then Sean was like, just Kevin's Jay's imaginary friend. And so it was like,
it all ties in.
It all ties in, and also because we don't have friends and we imagine them.
Well, that got too real, but we moved to Chicago, and everyone else either moved to New York or Atlanta, so
yeah,
it's kind of just us out here in the cold, fending for ourselves.
Yeah, we're all adults now. What about you? What's your favorite sketch?
My favorite. Nice segue. My favorite sketch.
People don't know, but I'm writing a segue right now.
Yeah, Jay's actually not even. This isn't Jay. This is John Merrill. Remember? Hey, hi-yo.
I hate ET.
Hip hop music.
Hip hop.
Well, it's generic and it's obvious for anyone who went to UNCG with us, but I'd probably pick The Audition. The first time I watched that, I was like, this is what humor is to me. Either that or the 24 sketch from Mr. Show.
I don't know if I remember that.
When they're the Italian mobsters.
Oh, yeah.
Because that is a certain close friend of mine, Laura, doesn't get that joke, and I think that's where I figured out the divide in some of my friendships lie. Mm-hmm. Like, people who find that sketch funny, 10 times out of 10 I'll get along with.
Yeah.
But only like 6 times out of 10 if they don't.
True. I was thinking like really, really good sketches, and like Whitest Kids You Know.
Yeah.
I love the Whitest Kids You Know, and like a lot of people hate them because they're very vulgar, but they're very very, very smart. And I feel like the best sketch comedy comes from smart comedy.
Yeah.
That sounded smart.
The smart comedy is made by smart people.
Smart comedy, it's good.
Any other sketches that stick out to you that you remember? I'm sure
I swear I had.
Now that we're talking about it, recording it,
mm-hmm.
every sketch I've thought of since we totally didn't come up with this topic way beforehand has flew my mind.
Yeah, it's. I swear I had definitely one from the Whitest Kids You Know, and like I can't. I don't know why this only popped in my head. There's also Kids in the Hall, and this only popped in my head because I was talking about the other day the guy who's comfortable with menstruation. That's just so. The whole is a guy giving a monologue, and I want to give this in an audition. It's just like, hi. And it's like I want to go into an audition. It's like, hi, I'm Jay Williams, and I'm the guy who's comfortable with menstruation. The idea of a woman going through a period doesn't make me uncomfortable. Yes, I'm the one you've heard about, and I think it's a beautiful thing.
Hey, what's up?
Hey,
hey, it's Jay's roommate.
Hey, you're ruining things.
She's not ruining anything. I thought you had a blanket and phone charger party. Don't drink all those. I want one.
Do you want one? You can actually have one.
Hell yeah. Do you have a bottle opener?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Bottle opener, I barely know her. Ha. 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 Ha.
Did you make your I hardly know her joke?
I did. I always make all of it.
That's not a classic joke. Here you go.
That's his classic joke.
Just specifically?
Yeah,
Yeah. It's a curse. A witch put a curse on me, and every time
You
I
have to
hear
make that
every time I hear
terrible
an ER word, I have to make
I
a.
think that's the only joke I've ever heard Jay say.
Yeah.
Ouch.
No.
The only funny thing.
To be
Oh
fair.
my gosh.
To be fair, because
I
I
don't know if you
sh-
guys can hear this. Dre's getting roasted right now by
To
his
be
roommates.
fair, because I know Sean Higgins is listening. Everyone, like a whole bunch of people in high school, whenever I know Colin and Shane, you don't know any of these names.
Yeah, you're listing people neither of us know.
Like whenever they would hear an ER joke, an ER word, they would say, "I barely know her," and that was high school. No.
So you've been conditioned to do it.
Yeah. No, peer pressure.
I guess our first guest is
Hey, Amy,
Yeah.
and she's walking away.
technically
We have peeps here.
Peebs.
Peebs.
I call her Peeves because like Harry Potter, but she's named Peebs after Princess Banana, and I don't like that.
What? Who's Princess? Never mind.
No, that's her full name is Princess Banana, and I was like, I'll call her Peebs.
I don't want to assume your roommate's gonna listen to this, but that's one of the dumber things I've ever heard. in
No,
my
she
life.
didn't name it. Her friend named it.
Oh, okay, good. Well, then your roommate's friend is one of the dumbest people.
Well, she's a close friend. I swear, I had a good idea for like I swear there's a Wise 'Cause You Know sketch, and it's completely blanking my mind. If anyone, I can't remember anything about it. And so
I'm sorry. I'm like probably making disgusting gulping sounds.
No,
straight
I'm trying
into this
to.
microphone.
I'm trying to do this, and that's probably messing up the sound.
You know, I'm not even gonna go back and listen to it. I'm just gonna post it without even
Yeah,
checking.
I don't
So if
like
this sounds
listening to my
terrible-
own voice. I'm not gonna. I've never listened to. I'm not gonna.
Can I be
listen.
honest?
Yeah.
Every episode of the Black Hour, I might know them word for word at this point.
Because you're that
Oh,
self.
God. Well, no, I get super nervous whenever I post anything anywhere on the internet.
Mm-hmm.
So I listen to it constantly to make sure I don't have to just delete it, so no one ever hears it.
True. Also, I remembered another sketch. It goes along with Britannic because they're close friends and they appear in like a lot of their videos.
Yeah.
Next time on Lonnie, I don't
Never heard
know.
of it.
Well, that's the name. The whole idea was like, I realize now that like talking about sketches is kind of, hey, you haven't heard of this sketch, but let me describe it in detail. And so, but like, just look up Next Time on Lonnie. It's super funny. It's like made with the same guys from Britannic, but the whole idea is like it's like a reality TV show, like the Jersey Shore, and
Okay.
like then like this like it's like the episode would end in like Next Time on Lonnie, and it would get just stupid crazy. Like the
Just
first,
get darker and darker. The Onion produced something like that once.
they're ripping off Next Time on Lonnie. It's a different guy, and like they had our first season because it's a YouTube thing. It had a first season, and it was so good. Ben Stiller's company read something like they watched it. It was like, shit, we'll give you a shit ton of money to make a second season, and made a second season. And the second season is pretty fucking funny, but like it's like nothing can ever beat like the first episode. Like
I've never heard of it.
yeah,
We'll just- all
when,
right, well, then
when we end this, I'll look it up and I'll
We'll
show you.
Post a link with this, so
Yeah,
people
because like
if people shut off before we even reach this point in the podcast, they'll be like, why did they post that weird sketch?
yeah, because it's like the guy from Parks and Rec is in the second season. So many celebrities are from like Patton Oswalt is in the second season.
Which guy from Parks and Rec?
The one Leslie Knope's main boyfriend, who I can't remember his name. The main
Oh, Ben Wyatt.
Yeah, Ben Wyatt.
Adam Scott.
Adam Scott.
I think it's-
And like
part of this podcast is just me us flexing like our nerdy knowledge of TV and movies.
I'm
as
terrible.
well.
Like I can recognize people, but I can't remember their names. Like the guy from White Castle's also in the Next Time on Lonnie season.
Oh, Kumar or Harold?
I'm trying not to be because I don't know
Oh,
the
no.
difference. And I don't know the difference. And-
Jay, on this version of my podcast, we're covering race relations now, so you're just gonna have to dive. I'm kidding. Don't do that.
He's the one in the movie. I haven't actually seen those movies.
You've never seen? Oh,
I've seen him on TV, but I don't want to watch him.
the first one's good.
The
Watch
first
it.
one's
Watch
alright.
the uncensored. Watch the
The
uncensored.
one who's like a doctor, and he's like
Mhm.
he's
Before you get offensive, I got you.
okay.
I'm with you.
He's the one who's a doctor, and what's his name?
I have no idea.
Okay, so you're racist too.
Fuck you. You can't accuse me of being racist.
I
You-
just remember, but yeah, he's in it. Like, there's so many, and like, there's multiple episodes, and I kind of just want to watch it because I can watch it at any time of the day. And it's like this is still funny, and I'm gonna say this isn't technically sketch, but I can watch Conan bits all the time. 'Cause
when
Conan O'Brien.
Another
is-
person. Thank you for specifying which.
Not Conan the Barbarian. Those are fun too, but
My
not-
favorite. This is actually, if anyone wants to try and figure out what my sense of, we're gonna bust. We're probably gonna break 30 minutes.
yeah, fuck the
Yeah,
rules.
fuck it. Let's just do a full episode. I wanted this originally to only be 15 minutes, but who gives a shit? If you want to understand my sense of humor as well, if you've never seen the videos of Conan going to Korea,
Oh shit!
it is some of the funniest. I like how rather than try and entertain people, we're just gonna recommend actual entertaining things.
Yeah, yeah.
Just get a sketch. Whenever you listen to our podcast, we're gonna talk about stuff that's way more appealing than us.
well, I mean, like,
so just write those things.
I do this literally all the time, and like he's like, "Have you seen this sketch?" And we're like, "Have you seen this show?" And he's like, "No." I was like, "Well, let me describe it to you in detail, and you won't laugh, and I'll get like." He's like, "Oh, in this episode of Conan, like he gets a joke. He goes naked in a spa. It's funny if you see it, but you just have to see it." I do that literally all the time, and like, also fun fact: Stephen Yoon, the guy who goes to Korea
Yeah.
with, he took classes at IO. I didn't know that.
No way. He's on Walking Dead, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
well,
I don't-
not anymore.
I've never watched it.
I'm quit it. I quit it. Like it's so apparently it's getting better, but it's like I already quit. It's like it got too bleak. And it's like bleak is fine, but like it's continuous bleak. And
I've never watched like more than. I've only ever seen like 3 episodes, honestly.
okay.
Whenever I do this terrible thing that pretty much only for shows like Game of Thrones and Walking Dead, like those huge cult hit shows. Like whenever someone posts online, like, "Oh my God, did you watch the Red Wedding last night?"
Oh, yeah.
I don't watch the episode. I just look up that specific clip. Like I'm technically completely up to date on Game of Thrones, but I've almost never watched a full
Yeah.
episode.
No, you can like save a whole bunch of money by not like watching movies. You can just go on Wikipedia and look up the summary. It's great for movie lovers.
If you're broke and you can't afford to go to the movies,
Just look up
they
the-
still put the synopsis on Wikipedia.
yeah.
You just got to read it really
Wait.
slow.
I'm pretty sure I know the answer, but you watch Breaking Bad though.
Love it.
Breaking Bad is best TV show
The
of our generation.
The second half of season 5
yeah.
is without a doubt.
I could watch it like a million. I've watched it like a dozen times. And
The-
I'm still learning things.
Only 2 shows that give it, for my personal taste. I'm a big fan of the first 4 seasons of the TV show Californication. I don't know if you've ever watched that.
I've seen a few episodes. There's a guy from the X-Files in it.
Yeah, David Duchovny.
Also,
one of my
there-
favorite actors. He's really
Also,
good.
one of my favorite comedians, Tim Minchin's in it. That's
Tim
why I
Minchin.
started-
He's in season 6. The season's not that great, but he's really good.
I love Tim Minchin.
And the only
He
other
wrote
thing
Matilda, the musical. Theater nerds out there.
we're just random fact podcast. The only other season of a TV show I think can compete with the season 5 of Breaking Bad is True Detective season 1.
Okay.
Yeah.
Also, didn't you say you like your favorite season of anything ever was the last season of Arrested Development?
That's from a writing standpoint.
Yeah.
I want to get into comedic writing, so I thought season 4 of Arrested Development was the best example of long-term storyline writing.
Yeah. Yeah, fuck what people say. I like that season. It was so like I
Did
love.
people hate on it? I never everyone I know
Everyone
that watches
hated on it,
did-
and like
or
I
liked
get like
it.
it. I mean, it's not gonna compete with like the first couple of seasons, but like it's.
I thought it was better.
It's,
Well, I thought specific episodes were better. The thing that blew my mind, because you could not binge watch it because it's Arrested Development.
Yeah.
And
And like people were going. That's the culture we live in. Like people will binge it and find out like secrets and then post about it. So that's why you have to binge it fast.
that's yeah.
Yeah.
But that's a race to binge watch it. I actually read something interesting. If I remember it after this
Oh yeah,
tangent, I'll say
people
it.
listening to this should read Kevin's blogs.
Shh, I'm not looking for that.
Yeah, no. I'll be your mom in this situation.
Oh
They're
no,
good.
Jay's playing the mom. No, this is to just talk about fun stuff and not talk about dumb stuff. But season 4 of Arrested Development, not only from the writing standpoint, I think. Well, I like the writing because the storyline's so crazy, but it somehow always ties together.
Yeah.
But the thing that I love about the writing, because I think writing a film comedy
Mm-hmm.
is incredibly difficult. And not only did they write it where all the storylines and all the in-jokes make sense,
Yeah.
they wrote it how it could be filmed from the perspective of every major character
Yeah,
and
yeah.
still be a clear storyline.
And like that's comedy. It's just like noticing patterns, and like you can watch any episode of like like Arrested Development, and you notice patterns, like even if it's just like a small phrase.
Well, that's what
repeating.
That's what your teacher did last night.
Oh
We
yeah,
saw
yeah.
that show.
Oh yeah, Susan Messing, like $5 show at IO, one of the best fucking shows
You
I've ever
watch
seen in my life.
maybe. I'm not as well versed. I love improv and I know a decent bit about it, but I would assume we saw two of maybe the best improvists working right now last night.
Yeah,
honestly.
but yeah, like but Arrested Development is just like it's even like it's not even funny. Like there's some lines that are like not funny at all, but they repeat it, so therefore it makes it funny. But I mean, that wasn't a good example. But yeah, I have had too much.
There's Arrested Development's a great comedy. There's parts that aren't funny, and yep, that's my argument.
Yeah, it's a terrible show. But no, it's I
Ron
don't know.
Howard's gonna
And
sue
like
us.
the last,
So
I
is
like
Courtney Love because she murdered Kurt Cobain.
I liked the last season because like they merged, they kind of integrated the whole idea of binging because they knew people were gonna binge it, and so like it was different from a lot of seasons. Like if you watch it all the way through, you're gonna get this joke. You're gonna get this joke. Like
I saw something really cool online actually, was because it was I don't remember who said it. I think it was on the Arrested Development subreddit. Reddit, if you don't use it, you're an idiot. Use it. You'll never need another website in your life. It was on the Arrested Development subreddit. Someone was like, you could have been the first, like, everyone watched episode 1 pretty much immediately with the second it dropped.
Yeah.
But if you were the first person to just, like, say, screw it, I'll skip ahead to mid-season,
Yeah.
you would have been the first person to ever watch that episode and not lost any of the story.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Because like back in high school, I had a teacher like who taught our improv team, and like he's hilarious. And like he said, like he hated Arrested Development. He's like, how can you hate Arrested Development? He's like, I just watched a few episodes of it. He's like, you have to watch it from beginning to end. Because like it's funny because you start from the beginning and go all the way through it.
I feel like, yeah, if you just made someone watch the first couple of episodes, they'd be like, what the hell is this weird show?
Random.
But as the in-jokes and all the characters get set,
Because it's building on patterns.
Yeah.
It's so smart that way.
I think David Cross, who wrote it? Was it Michael Horowitz wrote it? Am I just making up a name? Someone, Lincoln, fact check me.
Lincoln the baby? Lincoln.
Is that what we're going to call the computer whenever we talk to it to make Sean uncomfortable?
Lincoln the baby. Hey, Sean, can we do a segment on our podcast called Scenes with a Baby, where you mail your baby up to Chicago and we'll have a scene with it?
I would just like to say that for the lawyers that represent Imaginary Friends podcast and the Black Hour Incorporated, we do not want babies mailed in the mail. Is that you making a baby noise, or is that you contemplating whether that's true?
I forget people can't see my face. I'm contemplating.
I forgot what I was going to say before you made that baby joke. Shit. Oh, Michael Horowitz. I was saying something about Michael Horowitz, how that probably isn't actually the writer's name.
Oh yeah. We both just took a sip of alcohol, and there was a long silence because of it. So.
You know what helps long silences? Addressing them.
Okay. That's what I do. And like on dates. It's like, this is a very awkward situation.
Do you have a lot of long silences on dates?
This is a long silence, but I'm acknowledging it, so it's not awkward anymore.
Dude, Jay's become Tinder Master Chicago, though.
Yeah, I'm a connoisseur of dating apps. I'm really hoping in none of my like past relationships are listening, because then it'll be awkward. But
I would love for them to.
I'm a connoisseur of dating apps, and so
I think every time Jay has a Tinder date, we should do a 5-minute segment.
No, I was thinking of like it'd be a cool segment like just to go on
Jay's
Tinder
Tinder
and like read random people's profiles like right.
That's so messed up, but that's hilarious. Actually, did you?
Because I don't know how to communicate to women like in person, so Tinder.
When you went, I wanted to ask you this because when you went home, did you keep it on and did you like look for people you knew?
No, because like in Chicago, it's like like most people are. You might get a few people like you have one mutual friend, but like you go home and there's like 43 mutual friends.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering if you went home and you tried to just look for people you knew.
I do that. Like someone called me out on it. I won't say who because we both know them, but they were like,
mouth it.
But yeah,
that's great. That's great for a recorded podcast. That's the gold that people really love.
But yeah, she called me out. She called me out.
Well, we know it's a girl now, so we can.
Why
whittle
would
that
it be a
down.
man?
I
She
don't
called me out and I was like, "Hey, I always right swipe on everyone. So obviously you didn't right swipe on me." He's like, I don't want to go on a date with you." Yeah, but you just right swipe on like anyone you know. It's like, okay, apparently that's the rule. So now
Is that a universal thing on Tinder?
Yeah,
if you know them, you have to right swipe.
Yeah, because like apparently it's like ha ha ha, but to me that's always been like ha ha ha. I secretly wanna have sex, but now it's just okay. I know you, so I had to right swipe you. So
You
it
know
won't
that
be
the second we
awkward.
post this podcast on the internet, you can't friend anyone you meet on Tinder now. Because you pretty much just said, "Let's have sex." Is
no,
your
I
goal
do that
of
on
Tinder?
all my Tinder dates. Don't worry.
Oh,
about
do you
it.
just say
That's
that?
my opening line.
How?
Let's
Oh, wow.
have sex. People can't see me, but I'm doing this. I'm raising my hands.
I want to make a reference, but I can't remember the name of the guy.
David Cross,
No, famous director.
Steven Spielberg,
He's kind of awkward.
Ron Howard,
He also acts in his
Mel
older
Brooks.
movies. He would act.
Mel Brooks.
He directed Midnight in Paris.
No,
Fuck.
no.
I like to think that like as he's listening to this, John Mayall's like yelling the name.
John Merrill, call in now.
We wanted to. Oh, there's another sketch actually to round it back to sketches. Nice segue again, Jay. That's gonna be the first inside joke is Jay segues. Pre-tape call-in show from Mr. Show. I'm a Mr. Show fanboy. I realized when I went home, I got my mom into watching Breaking Bad.
I want to get my mom into
Go one, which was awesome.
I want to get my mom into watching Breaking Bad too because like my mom strictly doesn't watch dramas. She only watches comedies, and I want to say Breaking Bad's more of a comedy than you
For the
think
first
it
few
is.
seasons, it's funny.
Like
but
a
then
lot
once
of it's very comedic.
it's black humor
Yeah.
at times. But my over Christmas they were doing another Breaking Bad marathon, and I got my mom into watching it. And I realized something while I was watching is that Bob Odenkirk has literally had my dream career. Like he made it through Second City. He joined a famous sketch duo, had a sketch show, got a character on a major network drama, got his own spin-off, met back up with the person who he was on the sketch show with, and is now producing a successful sketch show on Netflix. Like, Jesus. That's exactly everything I want to do. He was a writer on SNL, too. That's
Yeah, he wrote with Conan. And
he was on Conan's writing staff. I think he was he there when it was like Louis C.K. and
yeah, Louis C.K.
Starburns.
I really wish I knew Starburns. I think it's Dino.
Dino Stamatopoulos.
Yeah,
Stamatopoulos. Yeah, because whenever we submitted the audition for Workshop, I put it down as David Cross and Bob Odenkirk as the writers when it was written by Dino Stamatopoulos.
And like I think you put like didn't you put like Dino's name so it would throw people off?
The characters were I don't remember what my character was or what yours were.
I was Bob Odenkirk.
But they had like name or my character had one. My name is I don't remember. I can't remember.
But I was Bob Odenkirk and John Merrill was Dino.
And his character in the scene, even though we never well, you're two I think we called you Bob and Dino.
Yeah.
And I guess to the people that had never seen it, if they saw the script, they'd be like, "Why the fuck did they choose Bob and Dino?" I said the name of the character I was doing, and Gavin Hollerwood wrote the play.
But literally, like John Merrill wanted to play like Dino's part because Dino has one line that's like, "Oh, how
Apropos.
and like, okay,
We're ruining the favorite little bits from the one
that's-
sketch I recommended. But the one part, and I'm so glad on the day of the performance I didn't break. You made me break almost every time in rehearsal when it was like the fourth or third time he restarts the monologue. And you go, "Okay, can I start again? Yes. Can I use this chair?"
that
I could not laugh in rehearsal for some reason.
I love doing that, and it was kind of the hardest thing to do because it was just like playing it like it's hard to like play because like rule one of comedy, don't try to be funny.
Push,
Jeez,
Jay.
No, it was just I was trying to play it very serious, and we got a letter from Rachel Briley.
Yes, that was the most. Rachel Briley sent us all an email saying how much
She's
she
a
loved
theater
it.
teacher.
She was a theater teacher for the
Sean Higgins won't know.
and maybe one or two
and
people in
Lincoln.
Wilmington that have no idea. And Lincoln the computer doesn't
Hey,
need.
Lincoln,
God.
how's the baby Einstein going?
Stop making this weird. Yeah, Rachel Briley, this fantastic teacher at UNCG, one of the sweetest people ever.
She directed Peter Pan, which Sean Higgins didn't go to.
Nikes, and you know why that's weird? Because one of his besties sitting to the left of me, Jay Williams over there was in that show. So was John Merrill. Oh,
Yeah.
that's very insulting.
Yeah.
And him and Skylar were friends.
Yeah,
And Skylar
that's
was
actually how I became friends with John Merrill.
really?
Well, I mean, like I kind of met John Merrill before, but we didn't get to talk too much. But
Jay, can I be honest?
yeah.
Well, I assume I've figured out the link now, but I don't remember when we became friends.
This would be weird.
Imaginary friends.
Imaginary. No, this is gonna be weird, but like, well, I guess it's good to talk about now that we're on a podcast. Like,
We're recording.
yeah, I lived with Sean Higgins for a while, and like, me and Sean were talking about. He's like, you know who's cool? Kevin Black. He's like,
Don't do this
no,
while
I'm
we're
just-
recording it.
I know, but it was like, you know who's cool? Kevin Black. He's like, yeah, Kevin Black is like one of those guys like you kind of want to be friends with, and like we would joke is like, oh, let's be friends with. Like he's like, oh, I'm gonna move out and live with Kevin Black because we all kind of want to be friends with you, but we never had like an opportunity to like, because we saw you at parties and like we saw Kevin like Sean knew you from like plays and stuff, but it was like, oh, and then like we kind of just like gradually grew because like you were
Please,
that was awkward.
I feel so uncomfortable right now
Yeah.
after hearing that story.
love you.
Was that really a
Ew, what?
Lincoln?
Oh,
Jay took his headset off and started leaning towards me.
Yeah, no, it was like
Was that really an inside joke you guys had?
like it was before like I even really ever talked to you. It's like and like because I was like a sophomore. It's like I kind of like I have social anxiety. Like
I
talking to
hate this
people.
ego fluffing bullshit too.
No,
But
well,
but,
fine.
but
You're
please
not-
but
not-
please tell me more.
I find out now that you're an asshole.
Yeah, it's a fair
so-
point. That's
but
you
no,
nailed it.
I have social anxiety, so like I have terrible like problems like trying to be friends with people, and like so it's like I want to be friends with like Kevin Black because he seems funny, he gets our humor, because like it's really hard to find people who get our humor.
Yeah,
and,
you and Sean are weirdos.
Yeah, we
Well,
are.
me and John were like an alternate reality. You and Sean.
You were our neighbors at one point.
Yeah, I was literally about to say backdoor neighbors. I really was about to say the phrase
The Black Merrill.
we were the Black Merrills. Yeah, no, you guys lived in the condo apartment area right behind
Yeah.
us to try and avoid saying backdoor again.
We would come to your front door in the middle of the night and sing, but you guys would never come out.
Would you guys really do shit
We
like
did
that?
that. You never. You don't.
We were
remember it.
asleep.
We sent you snaps of it, but you don't remember it.
I don't want to talk about this because it sounds really terrible. I can't remember anything about college.
Okay. Well,
Yeah,
There you
it's-
go.
It's yeah.
I know we fooled you on April Fool's Day.
Yeah, that was okay. I don't want to clear the air yet. I feel like that's a great story for another day, but I also don't get how that is a prank.
So long. Yeah.
Well, I love the fact that I was like, I only want to do 15 minutes, and we've done what 44 minutes.
Yeah. Shit.
But who gives a shit?
Yeah. This is for.
Hey, if we can just riff for this long, then imagine
No,
when
this
someone
is
gives
for
us a
us,
subject.
yeah.
But actually, the website that I like to more behind the scenes shit, blah blah blah, don't care. The website that I like to use to post stuff, which actually shout out to Mason for setting me up with how to set up a podcast. I appreciate that. And I also wanted to give a shout out to like Sean, Camila, Lee, Drew, Tyler, all
Lincoln.
Lincoln was never on, but all the people that did our podcast to begin with. And I guess I'll have to give a shout out to John Merrill. I'm not a very sentimental person, so I'm not gonna cry.
I like that. Like whenever someone's complaining about the show, it's like, no, I miss the old co-host, so I'll be that problem.
No, it isn't a co-host thing, and I wasn't a big
I'll be
fan.
like Andy Richter to your Conan.
My dream is to end up being a late night host. Honestly,
Okay.
that's my biggest dream as a performer.
All right. You got to write some better jokes.
I don't have to write anything. I say them. Other people write the jokes.
You're living in a fool's paradise.
God damn it, Jay. I forgot what even I was gonna do. I wanted to say thank you to everyone who was originally a guest on that other podcast I used to do. I always felt bad because I don't like the whole me host co-host thing. Because John was as big a part. He was 50% of that.
Yeah, he was my favorite part. Should have been called the Merrill Hour.
So that's this week's episode of Imaginary Friends.
We're gonna.
I wish you didn't laugh. I wanted that to be the closer.
No, but we got it on quotes.
Oh yeah, we don't have oh actually, how about we just do you know any random trivia question you can just throw out right now? Because I might have one I can just pull in. Just something you think I wouldn't know, because I can just pull out sports trivia. No offense on you, but
No, don't do sports trivia. That's not fair.
we're trying to do ones that the other person wouldn't know, so we can ridicule.
That's not fair, because literally every week you'd be like, who won the
Who won the World Series, Jay?
Cubs.
See?
We live in fucking Chicago. I didn't sleep till 6 a.m. that night.
And I would partially like to take credit for that.
All right.
You should have come out for that night. That was fun.
Do you know who because I found this out the other day. The little girl in Independence Day. What did she go on to play?
The little girl in Independence Day?
Yeah. It's not a really good phrased question, but yeah.
The young girl in Independence Day. What
other
do?
movie?
What year what time frame did Independence Day come out? Was it like
1999?
99?
Someone fact check us. Lincoln fact check us.
We're gonna get pre-tape call-in show. Okay. All right. I'm gonna assume popular around the mid 2000s. Popular younger teenage female character.
Oh, your mind's gonna be blown by this.
Maybe. From Arrested Development, maybe.
Close.
Oh no shit.
Close.
Who is it?
Anne from Arrested Development.
Anne Veal. Damn.
Yeah, or like her.
Egg.
Yeah.
Egg. Yeah.
Yeah, she
Way to plan, Egg.
She's also in Scott Pilgrim versus the World. Like
Love it.
Yeah, Edgar Wright, amazing director.
We're gonna fanboy over more stuff.
But yeah, like she was also in Independence Day. Like that was like she was like a little girl. I was like, oh no shit. Yeah.
For the people who receive this Snapchat, they're gonna know what point in the podcast I took this.
Okay. All right. Do you have a trivia question? Or?
All right. Non-sports trivia. I'm boned. Okay. What's I'm See, now all I can think of is like lame sports trivia. Okay. Okay. Name the most famous writer associated with the movie Heavyweights. I think we talked about this once.
damn.
We talked about this once.
It's Seth Rogen's friend.
You are correct, but I'm gonna need a name, and you have 15 seconds.
Roger Allen.
10,
Roger Allen.
5. You're gonna be so pissed when I say
Roger.
Judd Apatow.
Damn it!
Judd Apatow was one of the writers on Heavyweights. I don't have a quote prepared either. I'm so boned.
Can I, this isn't like a quote worthy thing, but like I heard Susan
Jay's professional improv teacher.
Like Susan Messing was saying this today. Is if you're in a shitty situation, don't try to get out of a shitty situation. Just embrace the shitty situation. If you fart, just embrace the fart. Live in the fart. Smell the fart. End podcast.
You wanted to end it on that one?
Yeah, with farts.
Farts. I'll wait to send this Snapchat. All right, Kevin, get clutch. Think of a good quote. Oh God, I'm putting so much pressure on my brain. Okay. I guess I'm gonna go.
Quote a friend.
With a quote a friend. Okay. I'm gonna quote John Merrill.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna say hi-oh. Is
Yep.
that bad enough? Should we end it?
You should have ended there. But
No,
you should have gone, ayo.
Okay. Hi-oh.